and there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak. That's another one, which came of the giants. See, so they came of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
That's
I mean, that's pretty small. That's like that statue size to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly like that giant that was on that video. That's what it sounds like.
Yep.
We were in our own sight.
And I was saying too, the pyramids in Egypt, like they didn't build themselves.
The giants built it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Because those stones, man, they are so heavy. It is impossible for even a group of men to bring them, especially to the top. And how precise they are, and with all the stars and all that, it gets deep.
Well, the fallacy is that men were, the devil's opposite. So he says you were cavemen and dumb, and then you came smart. No, actually, when God made Adam, he had all the knowledge. He named all the animals and everything. So we went from smart to dumb. We're getting dumber and dumber and dumber. That's what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
So they were highly intelligent, and they had all the best of everything, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Just like you take a copy of a paper, there's more copies. We're a copy of a copy of a copy of Adam, a copy of a copy of a copy. So it gets less and less and less, and that's what's happening. Things tend to disorder. Things go in opposite direction. We died earlier now. So. Yeah. But the world tried to say, "Oh no, we're getting smarter." No, and we're living longer. No. They lived a lot longer. They lived almost 1,000 years then. So everything is going in the opposite direction, going towards death. So that makes sense to me. So they were a lot more intelligent than us, and bigger and stronger, and so they were able to do that. And they have machinery, just like we do. No new thing under the sun. They had planes. They had all the stuff we had. So, and probably at a higher technical level, more precise.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
And then all that got destroyed with the flood, and they had to start all over again.
Yep.
And even if you look at King Solomon, it's like, well, who was smarter, King Solomon or Elon Musk or any of these engineers? It's like, who was smarter?
Yeah.
King Solomon had the first navy and army.
Yeah.
Let's look at that.
And train is in there too.
Yeah, train. Yep. You're right. We were just looking at that the other day. Yeah, they had a great train. Not just a train, a very great train. It says very great.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
That one. Very great train. Very. And I bet Google will say trains were invented in 1960, or 16, or it'll be some false history date on it.
She came to Jerusalem with a very great train.
Wow.
With camels that bear spices and very much gold.
Man.
So when she came to Solomon, because she heard all of the stuff with Queen of Sheba, she like, I got to check this dude out. And Solomon answered everything she wanted, all her desire. She's probably smitten at the man. He had over 1,000 women. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines.
Man. Too much.
He was a wise man. He knew how to talk to the women. But all that wisdom would have told him, that's too many women in your life, man. Right. He wasn't that wise. He didn't. God told him not to. And they took his heart away. It's hard enough to deal with one wife. Let alone 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000, man. Come on.
And this is to show you the era of man. It says February 21st, 1804. That's the first steam powered railroad train, or whatever. That's what the history date says. Man's history. So it's false, man. No new thing under the sun. Man.
Oh, I want to see. They had some powerful people too. One person would kill 800 people with one sword or something like that. It was like David had that guy. He was of the giants, so he had a strong army.
Yeah, let's look at that too.
He had giants in his army.
Solomon's wisdom. Let's see. Yeah.
Who was that?
Said 800 people was killed like with a swing of a sword or something.
Yeah,
probably a giant because they're so right. They're huge. They can take out field of people. Sound like one swing, or I ain't gonna say one swing, but yeah, with a swing of a sword.
Who was that? Samson?
No, this is one of David's army. Guys in his army. 2 Samuel 23:8.
Samuel.
He's the chief of the captains. He slew at one time 800 people.
At one time. Oh, it does say at one time. Wow, man. You see the names of the mighty men whom David had, the Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino, the Esnite. He lift up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. Wow.
Now, I don't know if that means one swipe, but he's saying at that one time period right there, and it's like that 1 hour or that one time he did it all at once. It's not like 800 in his lifespan. No, in that one, he slew
that
it.
one
At one
right.
time. That's crazy. 800. Then there's one that would fought until his hand got tired.
One time.
He killed so many men until his hand got tired.
Man, that's crazy right there.
I mean, if the word of God, right, calls you a mighty man, then you're mighty.
Mighty, all right, for real.
And it's the same with the women, right? With
if she's beautiful,
Rachel, if she is beautiful, it's not like a Dutch model or American model as we have today, but nah, it's truly like beautiful.
And he called with Rachel's sister
tender-eyed.
Tender-eyed. There you go. She made she was ugly.
Yeah. If the word and there was also a very fat man. Remember that?
Yeah.
That dude.
That's where they get Jabba the Hutt story from.
What was that?
That's where they get that Jabba the Hutt guy from in Star Wars. They steal all that kind of stuff.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. If the word of God calls you very fat, then you're fat, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Man, it's all in there, man.
Yeah. Oh, but these are Moses' guys. I mean, y'all didn't know Moses rode with some DP. Moses wasn't no joke either. He killed people that mess with his people, his Hebrew people. He killed some Egyptians. But in Exodus 17:12,
there we go.
Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands. Oh, that wasn't it. No, it was some other people though. The other side of hands were steady until going down the son. Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. So that's when his hands were up, they were winning. When his hands went down, they started losing the war. So they was holding his hand up on both sides because that was the only way that they could win the war. As long as Moses' hands stayed up. That was a trip, man.
Wow.
But it was another one where this dude would until his hand got tired or something like that.
And Abram, I should say, also killed a lot of people. And he gave a tenth to Melchizedek.
Oh, yeah.
And I shared in the group, what was it, Simeon and Levi? I know it was Levi, but they killed 800 people.
Yes.
Man.
Yes. They were of the tribe of Israel. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that deep? Children of Israel.
Because one of them took their sister. Of those people, they took their sister, one of the daughters of Israel.
They took their sister?
Yeah, to bed. Yeah. Let me find it. In Genesis.
Yo, look at this. I just
34.
ran up this. It's a lot of people in this army. It says the children of Judah that bear shield and spear were 6,800, ready armed to the war. Man, almost 7,000 soldiers. Man.
And mighty too.
Right.
And they had God on their side.
Right.
So ain't no winning that, man.
And that's where they get the movie 300 off of, where the I forget his name. He picked 300, and they won. They won the war with just 300 men. Gideon's army. So God called him a mighty warrior, and he wasn't even mighty. He was the least in his house. But see, God sees in the future who He's making you up to be.
Right.
See, God sees. He sees you as He makes you, not as you are. Because what you are is what your parents have made you. But when you, like Gideon, finally conformed to the Lord and did it, and listened to Him, he became a mighty warrior. And God called him that. And he's like, man, I ain't no mighty warrior. What are you talking about? I'm the least in my family. So it's Joshua. Yes, ma'am.
Friendly hyperspace. Virtual terminal is this on?
And also in Genesis 34 is when they killed the 800 people.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Genesis 34.
Genesis 34.
I think it was 800. So in verse 1 and 2, and Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. Now,
that's where it is. 2 Samuel 23:10. I think that's where it is, where his hand got tired.
Okay, we'll look at that next. Yeah.
And in verse 25, it just says all the males. My bad. Yeah. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males.
Oh, we were just at that passage. It was the same passage. It's just 2 lines down. The same passage we're talking about the guy that slew 800 and with his spear at one time.